Welcome to Mudding with BEAGS. This is episode 36. And I guess you see that Cyndi Lauper was a mudflooder. Looks to be. Telling us in the 80s. And this week I got the laptop situation worked out and rectified. And so we're on a brand new Lamborghini laptop. And going from horse and buggy to a brand new Lamborghini. So we're going to see how that works out. Spent a week trying to get the first one going and crashed and burned and could not get that thing to go. There was something wrong with that dang thing. And so now we got new laptop and got other new equipments. And so we should be able to do some things we couldn't do before and should make things a little bit better. I've been on some antiquated equipment and I hope that I can learn how to use this stuff. There's a learning curve here. So I'm learning, and give me a hot minute and I'll get it figured out. And in the meantime, I'm going to explain to you a little bit here about Pavement Lite, so that you newbies out there don't know what the hell I'm talking about when I'm talking about some Pavement Lite. You're going to know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about some Pavement Lite. So I'm going to go over it real quick and give you nuts and bolts of it, so you know what I'm talking about. When I say Pavement Lite, there's Pavement Lite. You're going to be like, oh, I know what Pavement Lite is now. I get it. Okay, so let's get on into it. So what we have here is can see the vaults underneath the Pavement Lite, and the Pavement Lite is right up there against the building, and you also have coal hole covers there. This one has Pavement Lights in the sub basement as well, and coal hole covers. And that open area is called a vault underneath the sidewalk. And here's some representations of stores, under the pavement, which is ridiculous. And these are just old diagrams of what they would show to the customers and how they would sell it to them. And I found these in catalogs, and so they're just old black and white drawings of what your store could look like. And the Pavement Lite was put in concrete and metal frames, and it solarized and turned purple. It was originally clear. So I hope that helped. And I learned a little something else this week. Let's see what that's about. Well, when I was a pup, the elite would tell us what they were going to do to us in little coded messages and hide it. These days, they're being a little bit more open and blatantly obvious.
That's who runs the world, kids.
So, anyways, I guess that's that. Well, let's go mudding. Beagle, roll them credits.
What is it? Is it treasure map?
And we got Ann Arbor, Michigan, Main Street between 1900 and 1910. Let's see what we can find. Two-rail trolley track. Let's see here. Bowler hat man. That's Boss Man right there. That's Boss Man. In case you need to know where Boss Man is, German American savings banks. Boy, they love their banks. They just love to get the money. Scrubbed. That looks scrubbed to me. Oh, flat earth asterisks. Right there. Got your vertical representing your north and south magnetic poles, your flat earth plane, and your X represents your torus. And you'll see that all over. All over. That looks Phoenician there. This cornice here. Those are pretty. Very nice. Way overkill. Look at the rounded glass. That had to be hard to make. I mean, what would be the point of going to so much effort and extra money when you could just make this flat? I mean, there's ways to cheat this to make it look round, but they don't cheat it. They actually build it round. I don't know. That long pallet. It might be a pallet. Looks like a pallet. Art store. Okay. Ideal garment. I mean, this is just very intricate work here for such a small town here. Arc light, ether antenna, another ether antenna over here. Look at all the arch windows. My goodness. Trolley. Overhead power. Drugs. They want to sell some drugs, don't they? Looks like other antennas there. Got some kind of thing poking up in the air over here. Maybe a church. Hard to tell. Old world fire hydrant there. Ladies in uniform. Get your shoes. Flat Earth asterisks. Another ether antennas over here and here. They called them flagpoles, but they're ether antennas. You know, you have to wonder, you know, once you see this damn symbol right here, you're going to see it everywhere. It's going to drive you freaking nuts because it's something that's always been there. You've always seen it your whole life, but you never noticed it. But it's everywhere. This symbol is freaking like, it's like a freak of nature everywhere. Like, why is that symbol everywhere? It could be right there too. Kind of hard to tell if that's a reflection in the middle, but it could be there too. Especially because it's, you know, up here, which means a red flag for down below. Anyways, we got Atlantic City, New Jersey, Hotel Shelburne, between 1890 and 1910. And one thing that's really interesting to me is these old wood framed hotels that are so freaking big. Looks like a moon tower right there, right on the side there. But just how big these hotels. I mean, how many people? Got some portholes there, so that would be part of the energy, the wind catching system, and help with the you know, the air conditioning of the building there. More portholes there, ether antenna, more portholes there. See, these round windows, they're not just pretty, okay? They're not just decorative. They're a different purpose than these windows. Okay? These are to create vortexes in the building when they're opened, and they move air through the building. And then you could open your individual windows to get you more ventilation. And another thing about Atlantic City that's interesting is how they have the boardwalk. The boardwalk covers up, you know, the Mudflood. It's their way of, it's basically a viaduct. So for boardwalk, substitute viaduct. These little trolley things are interesting. They would have people that would walk, or, you know, push them from by. You get in here and sit, and they'd have people that would push you around. These are the guys that would push you around right here. That's a little thing where you'd rent it. And see, this is a different thing. This isn't the same thing as this here. But I don't know, just interesting time frame. But the size of these hotels, I mean, I've seen some of these hotels are just astronomical big. I mean, who the hell, I mean, how in the world, who had all this time to go vacationing in 1890, in 1900, in 1910? I mean, yeah, some people did. Bank of Montreal. Okay, we're going outside the states a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. We don't mind. We'll go look over here, see our cousins. Look at old ether lights. I think that's what those are. I think they modified them to be gas lights. Look at the detail on that thing. Got your torus field there. Big old arch window there. Look at those toruses. That's what that represents. That represents the torus field. the energy field that surrounds the Earth. The flat Earth now. It ain't no ball, people. Sorry. There's your ether fencing there. Got portholes there. Phoenician shell. Another Phoenician shell. We got an anchor. Got an Indian dot knot feather. Another Indian dot knot feather. Gosh, I mean, how in the world did they make this stuff? There's an ether antenna. I mean, maybe it's easy. Maybe it is. But to me, it's not. To me, it looks very difficult. I would know how to do it. And if it is easy, then oh well. Okay, it's easy for you. It ain't easy for most people. Look at the size of that door. That was modified. So we would have come in here and the door would have been, this big, but then they come in here and, chop it in half and make it for midget people. That's us. There's ventilation in the underground right there, under the stairs there. Let's see. I keep looking at this thing. Kind of reminds me of fleur-de-lis, but it's kind of hard to see it. Very well could be fleur-de-lis. Look at the intricacy of that light there. That's amazing. And look right here. See that downward shadow there? Or it could even be wrought iron. Makes me wonder if there is a stairs going down right there that you can't see. I don't know. Hard to tell. There's either windows or ventilation into the underground right there. What else are we going to find? Let's see. That's boring. Okay, let's go on. We got Bennett Hall and Annex, Women's College, Baltimore, Maryland, between 1900 and 1905. Okie dokie. Look at that gas light right there. Oh. Look at that pedestal. Look at those windows on ground level. Interesting. Well, that looks like, we did it. Those stairs, definitely. We just adapt. We're very adaptive to horseshit standards. I mean, why would you put windows on the ground level like that? And what is this? I mean, come on. Woman in uniform. I think I saw another. Yeah, we got women in uniform. And the reason I say women in uniform is because if you know the lady folk like I do, you know that they like to all wear something different. They don't like to never be seen in the same thing. Yet, if you look at these old photographs, it's like all the women are wearing the same outfit. And it's like, it's just so counterintuitive to way things are now. It just makes me wonder if they were just issued these clothes. So that's why I say lady in uniform. You say men in uniform too. They all look the same too, but the men are not as it's less easy to tell how similar they are because they're so similar. It's just dark suits, dark suits, dark suits. But the women are, you have a few different variations. You got the all white, you got the white and the black. You got different variations, but it's still all the same. I don't know, it's weird. It's like bowler hats versus top hats for the men, This is a flat Earth asterisk right here. This is your vertical, and just your flat plane. This is your torus field right here. So this represents the torus field, the flat Earth asterisks. These half windows right here, and you just mirror image it as above, so below it, and then you have your flat Earth asterisks. Got your finial up here. This could be a wind catcher right here and here. One be an input, one be an output at their finial. Okay. Now, if these tiles are made of clay, then you have to add them to the brick making. You know, that's very suspect there. Huh. It's awful clear in that background. Maybe it's just a clear day. It's hard to tell. I do see power lines. So it's probably not vanilla sky. Just kind of odd looking there. Big old arch. See, we would have chiseled this horse shit into the building, into the stone. We could chisel stuff. Yeah. We can definitely break rocks. Birmingham, Alabama. Hotel Hillman between 1890 and 1910. I just saw a comment. Newbie was asking on another channel. They were asking about Birmingham, Alabama. Do you think that Birmingham, Alabama could have mud flood? And yes, the answer is yes. 100%. Okay. If your town or city was built before 1945, look down. And if it was built much earlier, look down twice, because you're probably going to find something you can't even imagine. Look how big these doors are. We modified these. Big old archways. Good grief. Birmingham, Alabama. Ooh, I spent a good week in Birmingham now. I learned that the bars don't close down till whenever they feel like closing down. Jeez. They party till the sun comes up. These are called coins. I think it's QUIN or QOIN or something like coins. I think these are part of the free energy system to do with the batteries of the bricks and the transference of the energy. Just me thinking. Got some Roman numerals. I'm not good with Roman numerals. There's that ball thingy. Hotel Hillman. Big old columns. Okay. These look scrubbed to me. Big old arches up there. Look at that cornice. That's possible to be. It's hard to tell. That could be lions across the top right there. And I can't confirm that. Very liony looking. And if it is lions, then it'll be $1 in a kitty, because that will be Tartaria. Yeah, I said it. What you gonna do about it? Nothing. Whole bunch of nothing. Got covered up here where there was some mud flow action going on. See that? Those little holes right there. Now those could have been old coal holes right there, but I don't know. Hard to tell. Can't really get a good view of it. Let's see. Arc light. Okay. These windows look so, like, these windows look too square. They don't look like they should be so square. Is that the same? Gosh, that looks like a lion. Okay, I can't tell if it's a lion or if it's a... It's just not clear enough. So this building... Okay. I swear that looks like a lion. Okay, here's a point, and I've made this before. I'm going to make it again. Why? Because I can. But if this is a lion, or let's say this is a turtle head, okay? Doesn't matter what it is, okay? It could be a LOL emoji, okay? Whatever. I don't even know what that is, but imagine this is just a face, okay, of anybody. A really ugly dude, okay? This is a stone carving of a really ugly dude that's on the side of a cornice. When they built this building, supposedly, going from the mainstream, narrative, somebody said, okay, I need to order, let's see, how many are here? Let's say 200 per, or let's say 50 per, let's say 200 per side. Let's say 400. Let's make it simple, 300. Let's say there's, no, let's say 200. Let's be on the safe side. Let's say there's 200. It doesn't matter. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's say there's 200 of these lions, okay, around each of the top of these buildings, right, on this corners. When they did the purchase order for this building, okay, they would have written up paperwork, architectural paperwork, whatever, purchase order, and they would have said, okay, we need 200 stone cornice lions to go on top of the building, right? And then they would have sent that out to the stone person that does the cornice lions, and they would have had to make 200 cornice lions. Okay, then they would have shipped them, okay, to this building site, and then you'd had the contractor that would have installed the 200 cornice lines, okay, and then they would have been on the building. But the point is that where is the paper trail? Okay, these companies would have had a paper trail. Okay, they didn't just call up. They didn't have phones back then. They didn't just send a Pony Express to the stone guy and say, with a note that said, we need 200 cornice lions of this shape, dimension. Here's a drawing. Make me 200 of these. And then, the guy ships them back to them and they bill them. And then they didn't bill him because they didn't have paperwork. So they sent another letter, and then they said, hey, here's your bill. And the guy, he's like, okay, well, I'm going to pay, $1 billion for these, cornice lines. Okay, no problem. So whatever, they send, thousands of dollars for these cornice lines because these ain't cheap. Cornice lines can't be cheap to make. You telling me them cornice lines cost less than $1,000, $2,000, $3,000? How much does cornice lines cost to make in 1890 or before? Okay, you telling me that all this happened via, Pony Express? Think about that. And there's no paper trail? Well, where's the damn note that said, what'd they do? Like, send a guy and say, he rode a horse and he went to the stone guy and he said, look, I need 200 cornice lines. I'll wait. And then he waits around for, 3 years, 4 years for you to build the cornice lines or stone, chisel out the cornice lines. Okay. And then he rides back with, Fred, the horse that built America, that guy. And then he comes back and he has the cornice lines, and then he installs them. But he doesn't. He tells the contractor, you need to install them, and I'll pay you under the table because, we're building this. Where's the paperwork, man? You tell me there's no paperwork for none of this shit. And I'm not just talking about this building. I'm talking about the hundreds of thousands of buildings around the world. Where's the effing paperwork, people? There is no paperwork. Boys Academy, Albany, New York. And those windows is on ground level. That's just stupid. I'm sorry, it is. And why are you going to put stairs up to the second floor and put a door under the stairs? I mean, who's writing this narrative? Who are they? They're Freemasons. That's who they are. They're the ones that wrote this narrative. That was their job to cover up the bricks. That's their job. That's the whole point of them. Their job was to make us not find out what they done. They did something really bad, and they really did not want us to know what happened. That's why we still have not figured out what happened, because it was so bad that they swore up and down they would never let us know. There's a tourist field. It was bad. Whatever they done was so sick that we were to never find out. That is just wild right there. I don't know what year this is, but this sucker's old. You can tell it's old. I mean, look, arc lights. Around 1900. You know it was built before that. This is probably a wind catcher. You can see how a wind catcher works at the end of the video tonight. There's a GIF for it. You can get an idea of it. Little detailed diagram, moving diagram that shows you how the air moves through a building. I mean, look right there. You got some kind of ventilation or something going there. A window maybe. What's this doodad? Is that a fire hydrant? See, I believe fire hydrants are old world. Anywho, I mean, look at this. You got all kinds of horse shit going on there. I can't tell what's going on there. Definitely horse pooey. Alright, let's move on. The Breakers, Newport, Rhode Island. And this is possibly a home? A residence? A castle? I mean, damn. How y'all living like this? I mean, seriously. Who needs this to live? You don't need none of this. Laurel leaf of control. Oh, wow. Look at the symbology there. Whoa, let's get over here. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold up. What you talking about, Willis? Got the entwined serpents. Maybe an everlasting flame. Wow, there's a lot of symbology on this sucker. Harp could be a representation of a sound technology, a vibrational weapon or technology or something. I wish I could see them symbols. These be too hard to see. I can't see them. Well, as always, the pictures will be in the description. You can go in there and look for yourself, see what you think. You might find something. You know, I can't see it all. My goodness. Look at the size of those things. You have to wonder if there's that's like a capacitor. Got something going on here underneath. That looks Phoenician right there. Possiboo, possiboo. Wow, this place is a trip. Look at the size of that arch. Big old columns. Just amazing. I don't know what year this was done, but this sumbitch is old. Jeez. How people live like this, I'll never know. You don't need all this to live. I've scrubbed something off that cartouche there. There's a Taurus. There's those coins. Wow. What a building. Shit, man. We basically live in a McDonald's building. You know, oh, we got lions on top, so we need the cornice man to come and make some more lions. Who's making all these damn lions? Now, okay, granted, they probably 3D printed these or molded these. Okay, granted, I'll give you that. But where's the damn paperwork? There would have to be a paper if we built these things, okay? And as anal as we are about taxes and records, okay, scrubbed cartouches, look at those Tartarian lines. Put $1 in the kitty, okay? Every time that I say Tartaria, like you said it again, Tartarian line, Tartarian line, Tartarian line, Tartarian line, Tartarian line, Tartarian line, I could go all night. Every time I say Tartaria, put $1 in the kitty, and at the end of the year, donate that money to somebody that could use a little bit of coin. I don't care who it is. You pick. I don't care who you donate it to. You know you got too much. And if you ain't got enough, you know you ain't got enough. So don't put $1 in the kitty. If you got $1 for the kitty, put it in there. Help your fellow man. Look at that cornice. Oh my God, I can't take it. God. I mean, this thing is phenomenal. I mean, you look back here, you're like, wow, that's pretty cool. But it's getting in there. Look there. You got to get in there. Once you get, and then of course we had the horseshit awnings. Oh, I mean, we got to have awnings. My goodness, we've got to really, take this to the next level. Oh, we got awnings here. I mean, that's definitely necessary. Oh my God. Incredible. The breakers. The breakers. Buffalo, New York, Main Street between 1890 and 1910. Let's see. So what we got? Some old stuff here. Man. That's pavement light right there. 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 And you got a barbershop pole there, which is a lot of times a red flag for an underground barbershop. I don't know why they put them underground. That makes no sense to me. Why would you go underground and have a guy with a razor shave your freaking neck underground in gaslight times? Just saying. A little weird. A little scary. You're crazy. I ain't doing it. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. That's boss man right there. That's jump trolleys. That's pavement light right there. All that. That's Hall sidewalk, y'all. Let's cover up for the mud flood right there. That's pavement light right there. How do I know it? Because I study it. Okay? I believe pavement light is key to uncovering this mud flood. It's one of the keys. Definitely. It's one of the most important aspects of this study. Phoenician ladies up here, Phoenician shells. Oh, Tartarian lines all across. So we're going to need more cornices, Tartarian line cornices. I mean, these things are freaking everywhere. Look at, that's the Phoenician lady. You see her all over the place. You see these Phoenician shells all over the place. All these symbology. Same symbology all over the freaking world. Why? Why? It's not just the same big ass brick buildings. It's the symbology in the decorations. It's the same all around the world. Why? Why? There's it. What country around the world is the same today? Think about that. If you go to China, or do you eat the same foods? Do you wear the same clothes? Do you play the same games? Do you play the same music? No. Everything's different. Ether antennas all over the place. If it looks like a flagpole, it's an ether antenna. And these possibly had mercury in them. I've questioned that. I don't know. Can I tell you there's mercury in that? Hell, now how am I going to tell you that? This picture was taken 1890, 1910. It's 2021. I don't know. I'm just thinking. Look, let me put it to you this way. We know that there was mercury used in the free energy system, okay, of the buildings. We know this, okay? We've already figured that much out. Now, the question is, where did they use this? Because they took out parts of the system. They left some parts, like the antennas here. They removed most of the systems, okay? So these are remnants of the system. So the question is, was there mercury in here? Because we know that mercury increases the ether energy, the etheric energy. Okay, and you're gonna have to talk to somebody that studies that more to get a better explanation of that. I mean, look at that, how weird that is. Your pole goes up here, and then you got this littler piece here with the ball on top. Same thing here. Why not just put the ball on the top? Why have that little piece there? Oh, that's for getting the rings of the flag up there and get it up there real good. Where's the flags at, people? Do you see a effing flag? No, you don't see a effing flag up there because they didn't put flags on them. Because when they did, the wind would blow and it'd rip them right off the pole. They wouldn't last. Go buy you a flag. I don't care. Go buy you a really nice flag. Okay. I don't care what kind of flag you get, and raise it up on a pole on top of a building and start clocking how long it takes to disintegrate. Go on, do that. Do that little experiment for me. Hell, you can probably just watch one on YouTube. Somebody's probably look at the cornice on that. Good gracious, I can't take it. My goodness. Why would these primitive ass people? Hello, young lady. How could these? Hello, sir. How could these primitive ass people actually create such amazing architecture? Look at these ant little people. There's Fred right there. Fred is the horse that built America, in case you didn't know. There's Wilbur, his cousin. And they are the horses that dragged all this shit, supposedly, to the job sites. Oh, they had the trains and the carts. Oh, yeah, we need that too. Oh, yeah, they had, the boats. And, yes, we know this. Yes, we get it. We get it. Whatever. Fred built America. Fred's the horse built America. Ask anybody. Look at that dome right there. Amazing. What we got going on back here? Look at that big old wind catcher right there. Jeez. I mean, this is a hell of a world. Yeah, we think we're high tech. Psh. Cathedral of Guadalajara. So going to Mexico, I guess. Mexico? Oh, man. Jeez. That is freaking huge. Look how large that door is. Portholes, so that would be part of the wind catching system. These big old, these are probably capacitors here. Bells, they ain't got rid of these bells. That's interesting. Boy, they wanted to get rid of them bells for some reason. They wanted to make sure they would get them out of there and melt them down. Oh, we need them for the war effort. Oh, yeah, we got to drop them bombs on the Germans. Oh, yeah. Shit. Horse shit. Look at that, man. Look at that. That's portholes. That's wind catcher systems, what that is. I do believe this picture isn't as clear as I'd hoped it would be, but what can we do? Cupola. Big old dome. That is pretty. That is where you go to get yourself healed. Okay? That's not God's house. That's a healing house. Okay, you walk in there, you say, my ass hurts, I need healing. And they say, stand here. And they did something. Turn on some sort of, Antiquitech system, Tours Field, and they healed your ass. And you walked out and you're like, damn, my ass don't hurt no more. My ass feels so good. I'll be coming back to this healing center again. They got good quality healing. They healed my ass. Cincinnati, Ohio, inclined plane between 1890 and 1910. Well, they got another funicular. These things are just cool to me. I don't know. I keep running across them. I figured I'd show them to you. I mean, they're not the most interesting mud floody thing. What we got going here? What's this all about? What the hell? I got something blown out here. Look how it's arched there, and they've got it bricked up. That's weird. What is that? That is weird. I don't know what that thing is. That's strange. Anyways, oh, there's Fred. Fred's the Horse Built America. He's in Cincinnati delivering things. And there is Wilma, his girl. That's his horsey girlfriend. Yep. But they would transfer all kinds of things up and down these funiculars. And if you think about it, that is actually pretty ingenious. You go from the bottom of a hill to the top of a hill, flat, and you can transfer. They could transfer train cars or loads of horses and carts or people or whatever, the family dog. It's pretty interesting technology. All right, and we got a Confederate monument, Baltimore, Maryland, 1900 to 1906. And Confederate monuments, I think they were already here. I think that's just horseshit narrative. This is a tiny one, but it's got a fasciste on it. Or a bundle of sticks. This one isn't technically a fasciste, but it's in the design of a fasciste with the bundle of sticks. That's what that means. It's a fasciste in plain sight. And fascist stands for fascism, which is the form of control that they want. Laurel leaf of control, laurel leaf of control. You broke my heart. Okay. Enough of that. And I got a spear. I'll poke you in the tail. And I got a working man. Oh, look at that light. Pretty. Old gas light. Got windows on ground level. Laurel leaf control. Arched windows. Got the ether finial up here. Another ether finial. See, these are facaded with brick. See, there's brick underneath this facade. Oh, that's stone. That's stone facade. Okay, it's stone facade, and then this brick. This brick goes down. What do you think? They put the brick on top of the stone facade? No. No. Windows on ground level. I mean, how ridiculous is that? And then we build steps up to it because, we are in a mud flood town. And this is Fred. Fred is the horse that built America, in case you weren't aware. Lady in uniform. And what else are we gonna find in the old world at their finials? Okie dokie dokie. What's that horseshit sign say? To the soldiers and sailors of Maryland, in the service of the Confederate States of America. Yeah. In the service. Yeah. They served to get rid of the old world buildings. Made it look like there was a war as the cover-up. And we got just windows all over the ground, which makes sense so that, when it snows, that the windows can be just buried in snow. This is Baltimore, It's cold up there, and the water can go in, Wouldn't be that hard to get, rain going in there. It could happen easy. Little arch window. Laurel leaf control, maybe. Ether finial. Another gas lamp. Flat earth asterisk. It's a half. Just mirror image it. As above, so below. And you have your flat earth asterisk. And even more. Got a nice little arch underneath the stairs here. And just stairs going up. Stairs going up. Anytime you see stairs going up, that's horseshit. That's just ridiculous. Why would you do that? Do you want to walk upstairs to your house like that? I mean, Why not just build it down here to where your door's down here with a smaller stoop? It looks stupid. I mean, God. Well, that's the brownstones. Oh my God. Connecticut Avenue, Washington, D.C., 1904. And ladies in uniform. And we got windows on ground level because that makes sense. Why would we do and put doors below ground level? Why, oh why? And why do you have to put an iron fence at a door that's going down? Because you don't want to fall down as you go into the door. So this is a telltale sign. See, on face value, that looks like a door at ground level. It's not. It's a door below ground level. And you know that because it's got a wrought iron fence around it. Okay, so that you have something to hold on to as you're going down. And so people don't fall down. If there was just a door there, you wouldn't need a wrought iron fence. Just saying. Got an interesting vase there. We would have built this outcrop horseshit here to hide this, how big this arch is. They trick your eye. Ladies in uniform, mini lady in uniform. Okay. Yep. That's boss man right there. There's another horseshit outcropping we made there. Porthole there. That door's been modified. Windows on ground level. More ladies in uniform. More mini ladies in more uniform. And we got some trolley action with the third rail system. So this could either be pulled by a cable which run under the ground. What they would do is they would drop a piece down. It was already there, but then they would latch onto that cable and it would pull them like that and pull them forward. Okay. Or they had what was a conduit electrical system, and what they would do is they would drop the arm down, and it would hit the in between that conduit, and it would go positive, negative, and it'd pull them along via electricity. And Fred is right there. It's hard to see him. That's the ass end of Fred. But Fred is the horse that built America. Fred is always on the job. Arc lights. Got your big old dome here. Arches. This old world is something else. Let's get up here. So you got horseshit awnings. You got your everlasting flame, eternal flame. Can't tell what that symbol is there. That's interesting. That's nice cornice. And why do you need such nice cornice? I mean, who's making all this cornice? It can't be cheap. Can't be easy to make either. Wish that was clear. I can't make out the symbology there. Arch windows, keystones. Alright. I think that's about it for that one. Okay. Deaf and Dumb Asylum, Jacksonville, Illinois. That's another thing is Jacksonville's. There's a lot of Jacksonville's. I wonder why. Okay. This is interesting here. I mean, you got trees that have been mud flooded. I mean, what the hell? Look at that. Obviously, the ground was up here at one point and they dug it down. Right? Or am I missing something there? Or they just randomly have a hill and they planted a tree on the hill? I don't know. That's hard to say. Well, there's a mind thing to mess with your mind. I don't know. Looks like got something underneath the porch here. Almost looks like stairs right there, don't it? Like the old stairs to go in. I don't know. Hard to tell. I'm doing construction on this building. Looks like glass or something. Yeah, that's glass. Look at the size of that door. Good grief. This is for, you know, this is kind of a point that's interesting to make. Is this is a deaf and dumb asylum? Okay, they're deaf and dumb. Do you really think they care about this quality of a building? I mean, seriously? I'm not putting down deaf and dumb people. It's just they're more interested in getting help for their deaf and dumbness, and a lot of times blindness. A lot of times they had the deaf, dumb, and the blind. And that was another thing that they separated these people like they were had some kind of leprosy or something. It's fucking stupid. The way we treated, you know, mentally challenged people and physically disabled people was just ridiculous back then. I don't know. We did some dumb things. I don't know. Detroit Club between 1900 and 1906. So I'm assuming this is in Detroit. Got a third rail system here. So you'll have the cable or the conduit system below there. Does believe. That's no, there's Fred right there. Fred is the horse that built America. Old world fire hydrant. Man, we put shields on our Mudflood windows. Is that to protect from people seeing them? Old ether lights there. Oh man, arched windows below ground. God. Ivy on the building. How long does it take ivy to grow up a building? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, we'll go back to that. I saw something there. Look at those horse crappy awnings. I mean, we can add some decor, can't we? How long did that ivy take to get up there? Just wondering. See that right there? I bet you that sucker's got some stuff below ground there. Cause that's weird to have that in front of that building like that. There's no need to have that unless you're protecting something. Probably trying to keep people from falling in. Does believe we got laurel leaf of control hanging off the side of that building. Got something going on up here with an arch. Anyways, we might as well get into it. This is a vanilla sky picture. I didn't even realize it till just now. Look at that. Look at that. That is vanilla sky right there. Now, I don't know why they did vanilla sky. I can't, you know, there's all kinds of speculations. See, it's interesting how it's obviously a tree, and this is obviously done on purpose. I mean, they could have scratched this straight off. What they did is scratched off the negative, okay? They could have scratched it straight. This is purposely done. The way this is, that's purposeful. Because see how well it's done here? They did this to make it look like a tree. Look at that. Looks like a tree, right? That's vanilla skying. Like they screwed up here, which is interesting. Very interesting. Took a nick out of the building there. This is a vanilla sky. See that? Vanilla sky, baby. Yep. Look at that. They don't even show you what's on top of that pole. I'm not saying there's something interesting on top of the pole other than a light. It probably is a light. But what's interesting is that they vanilla skied this. See, that's Vanilla Sky. That look right there looks random, okay? It looks like it's just, oh, that's just how they scrape. No, they purposely scraped it like that. Okay? You know that because look, they can scrape straight here. Okay? They scraped curved here. Okay? Why didn't they curve it here? Why is it jaggedy? Because they want it to look like a tree. See how that looks like a tree? Huh. How you like them apples? Check out that design work there. Up in them arches. Diamond symbology. Detroit Club. That looks old to me. More something up in that window there. Took something out right there. That's weird. Gosh, if we could just see what's missing. Has to be interesting. Detroit Iron and Steel Company, Detroit, Michigan, 1903. Gotcha. Some kind of old canal thing there. That's weird. What is that thing? Look at this old technology. The reason I want to look at this picture is this picture was just really old locomotive. This picture was just wild. This building's just wild. Arch windows, and they cover them up with these horseshit barn doors. I mean, that's odd. Look at the brickwork there. How many layers deep is that brickwork? I don't know. It looks deep, but then again, I don't know. I mean, are those... It's like, look at... I mean, that's so weird looking. I just saw this building. I thought, man, this is a strange-ass building. What a weird freaking building. More big-ass arches. See, this looks modified to me. That looks like something we're adding the windows to. The squaring in of the arches. It looks like we're in the process of constructing that part of it. I mean, it's hard to tell, but that's what it looks like. It looks like a construction site. Oh, that's got to be good for the environment there. Anyways, that's just weird. Okay, Detroit Opera House, Detroit, Michigan, 1900-1905. And we got ventilation to the underground. That could be pavement light right there. Right there, could be pavement light. Hard to tell. Let's come back. Swastika. Swastika is a very, very important symbol. It is old. I mean, old. It is, that symbol goes way back, and it was used all around the world. It is a very, very important symbol. Take all that Nazi horse shit and throw it out the window, okay? That's all BS. They stole the symbol and used the symbol because they knew it was an important symbol. And they were trying to hide the symbol from you. They wanted you to look at the symbol and have bad thoughts about it. You should not have bad thoughts about that symbol. That symbol is everywhere. It's a very important symbol. So look into that. You will learn a lot. That's beautiful. Big old porthole. That's Boss Man right there. Yep, that's Boss Man. See how we add these crappy signings to this beautiful architecture? Venetian shell. Something going on back there. I don't know what that is. Ha! Electric car. There you go, Tesla. Anybody seen Elon's car lately? There's Fred. Fred's the horse that built America. He's always on the job. Got ventilation in the underground right there. More portholes. There's Wilma. Wilma's Fred's girl. Let's see. Dee-dee-dee-da-da-da-da. We got arched windows. At their antenna. Big old buildings. Back here. Everywhere. Oh, man. Scrub cartouche. To rent. Da-da-da-da-da-da. They scrubbed something off there. Gosh, that's pretty. Quality of these buildings. This is a part of wind catcher system here. How this wind turns on a spindle here on the spindle here. It allows you to change the ventilation. It's a ventilation window. It's not like a standard open and close window. They were different. Flat Earth asterisks. This is not as important because obviously it's a lighted up sign. But, you know, I mean, I don't know, it's kind of obvious that why that symbol for that lighted up sign? I mean, can't you do it a different way? I don't know. It's almost purposeful, you know. Laurel lethal control. I think this is technology. These pieces of the cornice. That looks technical. That's representing something technical. That thing's badass right there. Obviously, we can do a horseshit sign on top of a building. I believe these are capacitors here. Laurel lethal control. Da-da-da-da-dee, right in K. Look at the crappy top we put on that building. If it looks like junk, we built it. Ely Cathedral, Cambridgeshire, England, between 1900 and 1920. I don't know, I couldn't resist. There. Hell if I know. I don't know. I don't speak British. Let's see. This thing looks like it's been through war. Look at the size of that freaking arch, man. These look like they were closed up. Jeez. That is just incredible. It's fairy tale right there. Yep, that's Vanilla Sky. Do you see that right there? Yep, 100% Vanilla Sky. So keep looking down. Oh yeah, it's definitely Vanilla Sky. Look at that. See that right there? Vanilla Sky, baby. Got you another Vanilla Sky. Man. What they were trying to hide, I don't know. I mean, that you could make the argument, I believe, and this is the argument they will make, is that, see, that's weird how, see that it's got clouds there. So you have to wonder, maybe that was put, the background was put into that, because we know that they would change the backgrounds. That was one thing they did. Now, why they changed the background is the question. You know, look at that. That is really odd right there. All right, look at that right there. That's strange. Something got blown off of there or something. Something ain't right there. God, how in the world? I mean, you know, where's the blueprints for this thing? There's part of wind catching system, I believe. And that right there, I believe that's part of the wind catching system. These things. The bigger the building, the more obvious the wind catcher. The smaller the building, the harder it is to see it. Oh my God. My God. I mean, what do you say to that? Diamond symbology, as above, so below. Obviously, vanilla skied. You know, this is weird because they obviously vanilla skied this photograph. Obviously, I mean, you could see it. I don't know if you go and look at these pictures now. I'm telling you, I put them in there for a reason, so you can get off your gas and go do your own research. You can go look at these pictures yourself. Okay? But, see, that's sky right there. So, they vanilla skied this, and they put a new sky behind this one. Which we know they did, but that is proof right there. You can tell that building is vanilla skied. But my God. Who the hell built this stuff? I mean, this is just next level freaking unbelievable. Incredible. Some big ass stuff back there. Oh man, that's just whew. Fayweather Hall, Yale College, Connecticut, between 1900 and 1906. And obviously the door is down in the ground, which makes no sense. Why would you not just put it on ground level? You did this one on ground level, supposedly. Why'd you not do this one on ground level? Could you not figure out where the level was that day? When you were grading your land? When you were grading your project? I mean, it doesn't make sense. There's zero reason to do it the hardest way possible. It's like, I'm going to build a building. I'm going to build it the hardest way I possibly can. Just to show how much of an asshole I can be. Why? Look at that. That's pretty. Wrought iron is old world. We didn't make all this wrought iron, I don't think. I think we dug it out of the mud, though. Check that out. Damn. Portholes. So it's part of the air conditioning system right there. Those are weird. They almost look like they pull up or something. Those are wild. I've never seen that kind before. There's some, I believe that's technology right there. Whenever you see that offsetting of the facade and on the coins right there, I think that is. I think this is technology too. Weird. Okay, let's see. You know, face value, that building doesn't look that interesting, but you get into it, it's got a lot of intricacy. Crazy. That's all you need for a post office. And this is First Church of Christ Scientist, Boston. Okay. And that looks like a wind catcher to me. Epithelial. I believe the stained glass, I believe they took it all out and rearranged it to make it look biblical. I think, you know, something like this could be original, maybe. But I think the light coming through the glass, I think it created a frequency and it helped with healing. I-894, so that was built in 894. Coal hole cover there and there. This is weird right here. Something's been modified there. But yeah, I think they redid the stained glass. It did not look like that originally. They just took it out and brought artists in and they redid it in biblical, to match the Bible stories that they made up. And that's what you end up with. They had to, you know, perpetuate the narrative that they were trying to sell, because they had to control this thing, man. Because this thing was, this was a big deal, man. They had to write religions and laws and come up with historical narratives, and I mean, they really went all out. Rose window, man. Windows below ground. Crappy awnings, we can do those. Ether finials. Check out that finial. That's bringing in some ether right there. That's probably technology. You know, this right here, that reminds me of I do handyman work. That's how I make dollar bills. And I had a customer one time that had a chimney. It didn't look exactly like this, but it was structured just like this, where it had openings on all sides. And he wanted me to. He had it was a wood fireplace, and he had installed a gas fireplace. But he's real stickler for buttoning up his house and trying to save energy on all levels. Of course, the guy's got money, so he's got time on his hand to worry about stuff like that. But he wanted to cover these up so that it could still vent, but so that it would cut down on the airflow, and where he was losing air. And so I made stainless steel covers for it, and drilled holes in it so that it could ventilate, but it cut out that wind coming in, but still allowed it to vent, because it's, you know, gas a gas gas fireplace, you know. But and the point of my telling this story, I had to figure out what I was talking about. Is that this thing right here? I can tell you from my experience is bringing a crap ton of air down in this building that you don't want in there. Even if you have a flue that's closing that off, you're still going to have leaks of air because you've got such a large thing. I believe that's part of a wind catcher system, and I believe the air would come in here and it was exiting here. So I don't believe that was a fireplace. I believe that was a wind catcher. And you'll see that I got the GIF at the end of the video tonight, and you'll see it. Windows below ground, because that makes sense. We got all kinds of windows below ground because I mean, and everybody's doing it. You know, this guy did it, that guy did it, guy next door to him did it. Everybody just went down the block. Said, let's all put windows and doors below ground, and we'll open up speakeasies down the road. We'll have parties down in our basement. We'll put little dungeons down there, have those little S&M parties. You know, chips, dips, chains, and whips. You know, we'll get our freak on. That'll be fun. First Church of Christ Scientist. Okay. Erected in I-894. A testimonial to our beloved teacher, the Reverend blah blah blah, discoverer and founder of Christian Science, blah blah blah, science and health with key to the scriptures, blah blah blah, Massachusetts Metaphysical College. Metaphysics, interesting. And the first something. Okay. Anyways, we banged that shit into the stone there. We can do that. Excuse me. We got France's Tavern. Okay. I swear, I shit you not, it says Francis. Okay, New York, between 1900 and 1920. Francis. Sorry, that just cracked me up. Francis. Old world fire hydrant. Winters below ground level. I mean, that sucker just goes on. That's ventilation into the underground right there. Anytime you see these J pipes on the side of buildings like that, that is ventilation into the underground. And they do that so the water can't get into it. But that is ventilation into the underground. That is red flag ventilation. That's a red flag too. Well, what's cellar door? Yeah, it's also got stairs going down to the basement because it is a mud flood building. And we're going to see what else we can find. It's like they tore the facade off this one. That's weird. I don't know. Check that cornice. Huh. And we got a coal hole cover. And another fire hydrant, which is old world. And there's a trapdoor to the underground right there. Winters at ground level going into the underground because it is a mud flooder. There's a raised platform. Could be a trolley, like a L or something. Not sure. Not sure. Look at this horse shit. Can't see it. So that's where it says Francis Tavern. That's weird. Huh. That's odd. Huh. They've blacked that out. Right there, that line. That's been blacked out. Why did they black that out? That is odd. That doesn't make any sense. Because you got a line here for your horseshit flagpole. It probably, I believe that they moved these. I believe these were on the roof. I believe when you see those, they've changed that. That looks changed to me. That chimney, that looks like it's been added. That looks like something we did. The way it's flashed, I don't know. That don't look right. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Let's move on. Okay, we got General B.F. Butler's residence, Lowell, Massachusetts, in 1908. Okay. And we got some Taurus fields there. Got Raising Up there. And we got Mudflood windows here. That's interesting right there. That's a door got going underneath the house there. So there's steps right there. They've covered up some archways here. That's interesting. That's very intricate right there. Strange roofing. Huh. That's weird how they have that rounded there. Huh. I don't know what the purpose of that is. Damn, it's a big old ether antenna. Big old Burke here by hole. So that's kind of interesting. And we got Hotel DeSoto's, Savannah, Georgia. Savannah, Georgia. Oh man. Anytime I go through Savannah, Georgia, I love to stop at the Pirate's House. Oh, I got to stop at the Pirate's House now. That is my place. That's one of my favorite restaurants in the whole world, I think. That restaurant. That's interesting. Windows below the decking there. Interesting. So they got something going on underneath there. Ladies in uniform. There's Fred the Horse That Built America. Got underground area here. So you got windows going below ground there. Going below ground here. Let's see here. Hey. We ain't got time for no chihuahua. We're trying to do mudding here. Ain't time for no hanky-panky chihuahua business. Good grief. Arc light. Trying to steal show. I ain't having it. That's nice architecture right there. And you know that reminds me. Talking about the Pirate's House. I hadn't thought about this a long time, but the Pirate's House. There's a story. If you don't know the Pirate's House, let me give you the background on the Pirate's House. There's Mudflood Winters right there. Pirate's House is a restaurant in Savannah, Georgia. And it's in the old area of Savannah. And it's near the water. Not on the water, but near the water. And the story goes that it was a tavern and brothel for pirates. And the pirates would come in and they would park their ships offshore and they would come in on the little dinghies, boats, and then there was a tunnel that they would get in and go underground and come up into the tavern. And the tunnel is still there. And so part of the thing of when you go to the... Hey! We're trying to talk here. Well, I'm trying to talk. You are to shush. So the thing is, the pirate's house is that there you can still see the tunnel where the pirates would come up. But you have to wonder now. The pirate's house, the building, the structure is old. It's old as dirt, right? So you have to wonder. And I never looked at it, but maybe it's a mud flutter, and maybe that tunnel was actually going into the underground, but it was actually the first level before it was mud flooded. Just a thought. I mean, I never thought of it that way, but maybe it is. But anyways, if you're ever going through Savannah, Georgia, you got to stop at the Pirate's House. They have a nice little gift shop there, and the food is really good, and it's a lot of fun, especially for families. Um, so that's a recommendation. And the Library of Congress South Hall Entrance Pavilion. And we've got diamond symbology, and we got some Tauruses. And this is basically Greece or Rome or whatever the hell this ain't America. What part of America is this from? I mean, seriously. Just took something out of the niche here. I mean, this just doesn't even remotely scream American at all. There's nothing American about this. This is definitely American. Oh my God. Okay, so this is the Loop de Loop, Coney Island, New York. This is another one of those crazy ass rides. And you know, we think that we are like high tech on our rides and stuff, but I have to give these folks credit back in the day. They had some badass rides, and they were dangerous. I mean, does that look safe to ride in? You're going to loop around in that thing, and that's supposed to be, you're going to make it? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, look at this thing back here. I mean, I ain't getting on that. Manhattan entrance to Brooklyn Bridge, New York, 1905. I mean, does this just not look staged in some way? Look at all these people. That's Boss Man. I mean, who the hell's dressing these people? Look how dressed to the nines that guy is. I mean, he is straight Huggy Bear pimping. Look at this sucker in a damn top hat in the middle of the day, hanging out. Just hanging out, got a top hat on. I mean, this, what in the world? There's Fred, Fred's Horse Builds America. There's Wilma, his lady friend. Penis Cat, Boss Man there. This way to the trolley cars on track. Okay, whatever. I get detail on that wrought iron steering. Wow. Arc light. It's going into the subway there. So there's underground there. Look how big those arches are. Don't see how that awning covers that arch? It really takes away from the aesthetic of how big that freaking thing is. Oh, they knew what they were doing. It made it look older too. Like, it made it look junkier. Made it look more primitive. I mean, they're dirty. They're nasty looking. Etherfinial. Ether antennas. Some little dude sitting up on top of the building. Tartarian owls. Yeah, I said it. Tartarian. Dollar and a kitty. Oh, this was an interesting one. I haven't thought about. The I need to look at see what this stuff is more. But um, cream of tartar is another thing that has the word tartar in it. You know, cream of tartar. It's a powder that's used in cooking. Cream of tartar. You know, it's weird. We've heard these things all our lives. Um, some of us heard it more than others due to number of dog years. But Phoenician shell. But yeah, cream of tartar. That's something else that should be on the list of tartar words. Market Street from 8th. I think that's misspelled. I think that's supposed to say 8th. Philadelphia, PA. No year. Okay. We know the sucker's old, though. There's Fred and Wilbur. They're the horse that built America and his cousin Wilbur. And that is Pavement Light right there. In case you need to know where that is Pavement Light. And this was originally clear, and it then turned purple due to solarization from the sun, from a element that was in the glass that they originally put in the glass, and it turned purple. So they weren't meant to turn purple. They didn't know they were going to turn purple. It was a mistake. It was a manufacturing mistake. They corrected it later. Phoenician lady there. Gosh, that's so wild looking. But they Phoenician wave, fleur de lis, which is not French. Well, I tell you what, the French though, they love that fleur de lis. They think that's their symbol. It's horse shit, as that fella says. Beautiful building. Look at all them trolleys. Man, what a world. More pavement light right there. Right there. More pavement light right there. More right there. Could be an edit right there, but it's hard to tell. They did that sometimes for some reason. I don't know why. All these ladies in uniform. What I really like is that pavement light right there. That's good looking stuff right there. There's raised platform pavement light. They would raise the platform to get the level equal with the outside of the building, so that people, when they came out of the building, they wouldn't fall down at an angle. So this was level here, and then it would angle here. See how it's thin here and how it's high here? That's why they did that. And then they put pavement light in that because it's hollow under there. Mundrells. Okay. I don't know what Mundrells is. Look at all these lazy uniforms. Look how similar the clothes are. Very, very similar. Little differences. It looks like a hat on that lady's head. That's funny looking. No, but it's very, very similar. And now, one place they did splurge, the ladies at least, was their hats. They would get, now the hat, and then, even then, God, I can't even say it. Even then, the hats were similar. There's similarity. See, now today, ladies, I don't care if they go to the convenience store, it's a fashion show. If they leave the bedroom, it's a fashion show. It's a fashion show in the bedroom. They got to be fancied up no matter where they are. Lady folks, I don't know. They just do that. Men folk, they just wear whatever's closest. That's just how we roll. Some of us are more apt to doll up than others. Me, I don't give a damn if you like my fashion or not. I don't care. Never have. Like it, don't like it, what do I care? Go piss on yourself. I don't give a damn. Look at all that pavement like. My goodness, that's what I care about. That's what I like. Got some ladders. See, that's high tech for us. We got it. Look at that ladder. Look at that piece of shit, crappy. That ain't a good fiberglass ladder. That is a wood, creepy, cranky, gonna fall right through ladder. They say they built that with. I mean, come on, man. Y'all believe in this horse shit still? Seriously? These people, they riding horses. They riding on horses. They're gonna gallop up and build that building. They're gonna build this? Seriously? Think about that. Do the thinking. Don't believe what I say. Don't do that. My God, don't believe. Don't just take what I say at face value. Think about it. Use that peanut between your ears. Seriously. Do your own dang thinking. I'm just trying to smack you, around and get your head, rattled around. Make you go, what? What? Wait, hold on now. Wait a minute now. There's something more to this. There's something more. We got to do more thinking. I've been told all this dry goods. They loved that word dry goods at that time. As opposed to wet goods. I mean, why not goods? I don't know. It's just weird. Phoenician shell. I mean, look at all the arched windows. God almighty. I mean, you just can't even take it. The quality of the construction and the detail and the architecture and other than we horse shit signing on the side. That we can do. We can paint the hell out of a sign now. Talking machine something. Music. No, music pianos. Okay. Music pianos. As opposed to pianos that don't play music. Balloon Brothers. Oh, look at that. Good grief. This thing right here is like 35 feet tall from what I've seen. Portholes. This would have been a wind catcher, so it would have brought the wind in. The bigger the building and the taller it is, taller they could get up there to that air and get the air, and the air would come down, and they could air conditioning the building. It's just incredible. NH Veterans Association Encampment Buildings, Lake Winnipesaukee, New Hampshire, between 1900 and 1906. I probably just butchered that. You say that. Lake Winnipesaukee. Winnipesaukee. I don't know. I am not a wordsmith. I'll just be the first to tell you. So we got horseshit Civil War stuff here. These things were all done by the same people. I think it's the Moulin Monument Company. I did a video on this a while back. Misdirection of Confederate monuments. I think that's the name of the video. Anyways, they talk about how these are molds. These are done from molds, and these are copper or bronze. But anyways, what would be interesting is what was here already probably was this business. This thing, okay? Phoenician fish, and so this could be a horse, water trough, which is interesting because Kalen Wilkinson, if you're out there, is always asking me about where's the horse troughs. Where's the horse troughs? Well, here's one in the middle of a street, in the middle of some hodunk town, in the middle of nowhere, and it looks like this. Shit don't make no sense. And then look at this horse shit. I mean, that is propaganda right there. They're trying to create a narrative. And we got windows, under the porch, because that makes total sense to me. That's very nice. That is way overkill for that. And yes, we built out of wood too. We it was the old world had wood buildings. They had a lot of wood structures. And not everything was brick. They had a lot of wood too. I'm sure it was, the same back then. Some people had the ability to build out of brick, and some people had the ability to build out of wood. And there's things you can do out of wood that you can't do out of brick. Some people just like the look of wood. You know. See, I wonder what's up under these. These porches are additions, I bet. So I think that's one thing our people, when we took over, I think we were. I really have a feeling that we were very good with wood. I think we're very, very talented at creating wood things. Looks like a star fort. Ether antenna. These old glass things, old insulators. Ladies in uniform. Old gas lights. Story tavern. These crappy stairs going up. Anyways, that's just an interesting photograph. New York Public Library, 1910. And it's this is in the movie oh crap, what's the name of that movie? The one where they have the world freezes over, and you got Jake Gyllenhaal, and he having a brain fart. It was done by that it was based off the ideas of George Norrie from Coast to Coast and somebody else. Anyways, but the point is, what I'm trying to make is that during the movie that the New York floods, and they're rushing up, and they have to go up, and they try to go down to make a phone call, and the reason that it's flooded is because it's underground. It's they got mud flood, so the mud flood would have come in. The flood in the movie would have come in right through the windows and flooded. That's why the ground level was flooded, because the water could just rush right in. I don't know, it's just something interesting. So this is all facaded. This is probably brick underneath. Got Tartarian lions, because that makes sense in America that we have lions everywhere, and tourist fields, and pyramids. That's odd right there. There's a flat earth asterisk right there. It's hard to see it, but that's what that is. They jammed it in that corner. Big ass arches. Check out that thing. Huh. Talk about bringing in ether antennas. Look at that. What in the world? Look at what the hell is that? I don't even have a clue what that is. I don't know. That's crazy looking. Diamond symbology in the ground. That's boss man right there. Windows on ground level. More windows on ground level there. Where were brownstones? Wow. Oh, more flat earth asterisks right there. It's everywhere. It's incredible how many. That's how I figured out that it was flat earth asterisks, is because I saw it over and over and over, to the point I was like, okay, that's a damn symbol. I thought it was just an architectural feature. And but you see it so many places and in so many different ways. At some point, it's like the Tartarian lions. You're seeing them over and over and over again. At some point, you know, you just freaking know that you're seeing a symbol. New York, circa 1900, blah, blah, blah. Glender building. This improbably slender tower at the corner of Nassau and Wall Streets, one of the tallest buildings in the city when it was completed in 1887, met the wrecking ball in 1910. Well, good. You know, somebody was making a comment somewhere the other day about, you know, was there was Wall Street a wall? And yes, there was a wall on Wall Street. Was called Wall Street because there was a wall. That's why they call it Wall Street. And I believe that wall was part of the Star Fort that was there. That's pavement light. All that's pavement light. All that's hollow sidewalk. There's Fred and Wilma. They're working together today. There's a porthole with the laurel leaf on it. Scrub cartouche. There's a drop in the underground right there. Look how deep that goes. God, I mean, it's so obvious once you see it. But no one can be told what the Mudflood is. You have to see it for yourself. You have to use your own thinking and own eyes and own mind. And you have to look deep inside yourself to ask yourself these questions. These are portholes. See, these open up and they create a vortex of air that comes in. And that's how they would heat and cool the buildings. Ether antennas all over the place. Those are lions up there, some more Tartarian lions. So dollars in the kitties. Portholes up here. Another ether antenna. Capacitors. This is probably the wind catching system up here. Ether antenna up there. Good grief. Why in the hell would you put Tartarian lines all over across there? Why would you tear this down? This thing is a piece of historical treasure. They destroyed the historical treasure of our world. And we let them do it. Why did they do that? It just doesn't make sense. Look at all the crappy awnings. This is like Mary Poppins, man. This is what reminds me of Mary Poppins. This is just pretty. Wish it was clearer, but I ain't taking the photographs. Check this thing out. Anywho, wow. This is the old courthouse in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, circa 1907. And as we can see, it is brick and then facaded. So you can see the facade there. This is poorly done. Windows and doors below ground level. Same over here. Look how tall those windows are. Wow. Big suckers. Laurel leaf for control. Look how that brick's falling off the chimney. It's just sitting up there. That is old. This is old in 1907. Old. This thing is in the middle of a renovation or something. Auction antique furniture. Look at that horse tire right there. There's holes right there, like something's been taken off. What a weird building. 1907, and this thing is obviously beat to shit. This thing is wore out. Look at the lights have been broken. This one's missing over here. I mean, this thing is... Look how big that door is. That thing is huge. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense. I don't know. That's odd. Look at this horse shit. Does that look right? Hell no. Okay, moving on. We've got Parliament buildings in Victoria, British Columbia between 1900 and 1906. And there's Supersonic Fred and Wilbur tearing ass, building America. Look at this wall thing, these lights. Adding some piping here. Oh, that's interesting. That's a viaduct road right there. Huh. Very interesting. Bringing in the piping from all over here. Oh, we got an obelisk because, you know, that's an ether tower. Wow, that's crazy looking. Windows on ground level there. Portholes. We would have added these stairs. That arch goes way down. You imagine this arch going all the way down here. It goes deep. More portholes. Some symbology there. I imagine that's the British thing, but was it the lion and the unicorn thing? Maybe. I'm assuming. Look at that thing. Good grief. See, this would be called a Capitol building in America. Called a Parliament building in British Columbia. Wind catching system here in the cupola. There's mountains in the background. Wow, those are pretty. I love mountains. Love me some mountains. And, you know, there's people out there that think that all mountains are buildings and trees. And I don't believe all mountains are trees and buildings. I just don't think so. I just don't see that God was so simple to design a flat plane. Like a perfectly flat plane. I mean, I see hills and I see dips and I see, you know, places that go below and I see things that go higher. Okay. Are some of this buildings and trees? Yeah, I believe so. But, you know, I've heard it said everything was a building or a tree. No, I don't think so. I believe that's when it's below ground level there. Get there. So, anyways, just a perspective. Stanford Little Hall, Princeton University, New Jersey, between 1900 and 1906. Huh. Every time I see an angled wall like that, I think of a star fort. That's beautiful stonework. Arch windows. That's very, very nice. I like this. Check out that thing. Is that a lion or a tiger? That's a lion, right? A weird angle to look at it. Train tracks. I love that stonework. Wow, there's one of those old chimneys. Wow. Whoa. Those are so cool. Check out that little dude. What are these figures about? What in the world? Man, I don't know. More figures there. There's some more. What strange figurines there. I love this style chimney. Of course, I don't think they're chimneys. I think these are part of the Antiquitech systems of the old world. But it's still, they're just really cool. That guy's drinking him some hooch. Those are so cool. Okay, why is there... What the hell? Why did they put that line there? Huh, that's odd. At the finials, ivy. How long did that ivy take to get there? Okay, moving on. The castle. Castle Philip Fees, Tarrytown, New York, 1903. I probably did not say that right. Sorry if I butchered it. I am not a wordsmith. Oh, there's some more of those chimneys. Those are so cool. That's just straight up technology. Windows at ground level. Diamond symbology. Amazing. Ventilation, it looks like. Another ether antenna. Oh wow, that's pretty. And look at this behind here looks like it was added later. How weird's that? Oh, that is incredible stone. Oh, I just love how they did that stonework. I just love stonework. I just think it's so pretty. But you can see the hill. I mean, that's the mud right there. You see the Mudflood window, you got the mud. I mean, that thing goes into the ground. Tyler Davidson Fountain, Cincinnati, Ohio, 1904. Wow. Gosh, does that not look like a posed moment right there? I don't know, it looks so posed. Venetian shell. Possibly a lion right there. Would be your Tartaria. Haha. Couldn't resist. That is cool. These fountains are old world. Definitely. This definitely technology. That is something we did. That horseshit lettering there. We can definitely do horseshit. We got horseshit down to a science. Look at the water coming out of the hands. That's sick. That is sick. That is sick and badass right there. That's badass. That is like straight bitching. Yeah, I said bitching. Ether antenna. I-891. We drove the Karoo, whatever. Got your clock. Clocks are expensive. Chicago. CHDTO. Chicago. What? Michigan. St. Louis. Sun symbology. Okay. Pig iron, brown iron, Rogers Brown pig iron, and Coke, and company Coke. What? Look at the detail there. What? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? What the hell? What the hell's that guy doing? What the hell's wrong with these people? This is how you know that we didn't build this world. They don't even know how to, like, they don't even know how to do shit. If this is the level of intelligence that we have, we're going to stand outside the building with no freaking ladder to do whatever hell he's doing. I don't know if he's washing a window or putting on a sign or playing with himself. I don't know what he's doing, but he's an idiot, and the rest of these people are idiots, and they didn't build this world. That's proof right there. When you got idiots in the world that'll climb outside of a building like that, put torch fields on the buildings, you know that they didn't build it. You can't have that level of intelligence and build this. It ain't possible. I'm sorry, it just ain't. I'm calling your ancestors dumb. That's what I'm doing. And they're my ancestors too. They're all full of shit. They didn't build this world. And I know it's like a lot of people say, "Oh, my ancestors said they built these buildings." Yeah, they lied to you, and they lied to them. They were lied to, and everybody's been lied to. Okay. They probably were told that these buildings were built. Okay. I just don't. It's the horseshit narrative is done. It just doesn't work anymore. University of Michigan, Ann Arbor Library. Okay. And we got a smokestack that's not a smokestack. We got winters going into underground there and there. And what else are we gonna see? A wind catcher and a clock. Wind catcher system. Get the ventilation going around there. That is a cool building. Not a whole lot to see there. I don't believe Ether finials. I don't see a whole lot of juicy juice there. United States Customs House, Philadelphia. Old World Fire Hydrant. Look how intricate that is. I mean, that's just a lot of detail for a fire hydrant. Just saying. And look at the horse shit that is these stairs. Okay? Look at that. What is that? Fred's back here in case you need to see Fred. Fred's back there working. Diamond symbology. That's old world symbology. I mean, look at the crap that is these stairs. And this thing looks like it's burnt. It looks like it's been through war. This thing is abused. So I think that's technology up under there. I believe this was a technology. Ether antenna up on top. Got your arc light. This is that kind that could lower down, I believe. Well, maybe not. No, this isn't one of the lowering ones. That's not. My fault. My mistake. It's okay. Two different size. Well, they're going to call this one a window, but I bet that was a door at one time. And that's a door. What a weird building. Blocked in arches, more blocked in arches. Blocked in arches are just so like Telltale. It's like, why would you build such nice structure and then block it in? I mean, that's just ridiculous. Virginia University of Virginia, the rotunda between 1890 and 1910, and you can just see the mud. And these stairs are horse shit. We can build stairs. See, there's blocked in archways. See, this right here is the same as this right here. They just blocked it in. You know? Why? Why did you block it in? Why did you build it that way? It just doesn't make any sense. I believe these are a technology too. These doodads here. Maybe capacitors. Oh wow, look at the toruses. Those just represent the torus field. There's a clock. Clocks are expensive. Pyramid technologies. Cornices. I believe all this is technology. Has to do with free energy. Look at that dome. Very very clear sky there. I'm not seeing anything that's vanilla sky. Washington Artillery Building, New Orleans, Louisiana, circa 1910. Alright. Arch windows. Big tall arch windows. Ether antenna. Look at that rose window. Pretty. Look at those arch windows there. We wrote the horse shit Washington Artillery across there. Check out these lights. They're dark looking, man. Grand fancy dress and masquerade ball to be given. Gladacum Club. Gladucum. What? Oh, Shriners. Yeah, Shriners are on the list of suspects. Old World. And look, Old World Fire Hydrant. And look how it's not got caps on it. That's very interesting. The size of that door compared to Boss Man here. Social Club. Mary. Maybe Wisdom. Social Club? I don't know. I can't read that sign too good. Look at that wrought iron work. Whoa. Got some vents to the underground here. New Orleans is kind of an anomaly. New Orleans is old world, but As for how mud flooded it is, I don't know. Wind catcher up here. How deep? How deep it goes is unknown to me. I don't know. I haven't done enough looking into New Orleans to get it figured out. Williamson Building, Cleveland, Ohio. Painless dentistry. Okay. I believe this is technology up here. Scrubbed cartouche. Old world fire hydrants. Raised platform, which probably has pavement light in it. Look how big those doors are. Huge. Old world fire hydrant. And there we got underground right there. Look at that. Going right into the ground. How does that make sense? Look, you got it level here, this street level. And Cleveland, I believe, and I would like to do a video on this in the future. This is Fred's the Horse Built America, in case you didn't know. But anyways, I believe that, and this picture could actually help with that research, is that I believe that Cleveland is a viaduct city. Just like Atlanta. So if you hadn't seen my Viaducts of Atlanta video, I highly suggest that one. That was one of my most popular videos. And I believe that they raised it via viaducts. Not aqueducts, that's for water. Viaducts. It's a raised platform, raised road. That's pretty. What else we can find? Ether antenna. See, that's all brick. Okay. So that's facade, it's got brick. Brick. So it's all facaded, but it's brick underneath. You get up under that lady's skirt, you're going to find brick. She's a brick house with Tartarian lines all the way across. And scrubbed cartouches all the way across. Yep. And flat earth asterisks. There's a flat earth asterisk. That's a very, very decorative flat earth asterisk. Right there. Right in your face. Can you see it? Tartarian lines. That's what those are. Yep. Torus fields. These are scrubbed cartouches. It's weird right there. Makes me wonder if this thing's been vanilla skied. Not show. That looks kind of, in a way, facetious. Like a fasciste, but it's kind of hard to tell. So I cannot confirm or deny. Let's see. Otis, the elevator company. I think elevators are probably old world too. That's a transom right here. Those are transom with prism glass in them. I believe there's prism glass right here. I mean, I can't prove it, but I see a couple telltale signs of it. So there's possible prism glass there. There's an arc light. Check that thing out. Hellman Taylor. The Hellman Taylor Company. Wow. Importers. Books, stationery, and fine art. Well, trying to get my bearings here. I think This right here is, I think, now don't hold me this, but I think that this is a Lucid Avenue right here. And that this is Public Square right here. And this is the corner of the Soldiers and Sailors Monument. And I'm 99% sure that's what the corner that is. But I can't say for sure. It's just my thinking. I want to look over here at this Mudflood business a little bit more, if you don't mind. Ladies in uniform. And we got State Capitol, Annapolis, Maryland, 1903. And what are we gonna find? Some weird box thingies. Because weird box thingies are in. Mud. That's all you got, mud. That's odd. Who are you supposed to be? Nobody. Torsfield. Pyramid. You can see the mud. They just left the mud. They dug away what they needed to do, and then used it as landscape. It called it landscaping. That's when they came up with, oh, gonna landscape things. Yeah, oh yeah, gonna landscape. Oh yeah, we're so good at landscaping. And this is Vanilla Sky. Look at that. Vanilla Sky is vanilla. Look how they went in between these leaves here with the Vanilla Sky. Look how purposeful that is. See that? See how that is? That's how Vanilla Sky is done, y'all. These are the actual Vanilla Sky photographs. Look at that. You see that? See that? See that? See how it's done? See that Vanilla Sky? See that? Check out that Antiquitech. That would have been your wind catcher. They probably changed this a little bit to get. These are probably portholes right here. They probably open up. Those are pretty. That's a flat Earth asterisk right there. This is your horizontal. This is your vertical, and this is your X. The 2 is your X. It's just a wide X. Another porthole there. You see that Vanilla Sky right there? Vanilla Sky. More Vanilla Sky. It's everywhere. And I hope you are getting something out of this, you guys. I hope we're starting to see the light that's at the end of the tunnel. Anyways, we'll see you next time. Bigs out.
Say woof again! Say woof again!
I've got one that can see.
This is my kung fu, and it is strong.
See you later.